Design Media, and our product is called Yankee. And we decided to focus on fitness for our design objectives. Why fitness? Both in our own lives and with statistics like this, we saw just a huge need. This basically shows that 7% of the adult population in the US is either overweight or obese. And we really want to change that. Not only should we work out more, but it turns out that most of us want to work out more. We asked you this question, and 75% of you said you agreed or strongly agreed with this statement that I would like to exercise more. So why don't we exercise more? We found that with most of you, it's a lack of time and a lack of motivation. And often exercise is not enjoyable. So most of these products, there are thousands of them out there. How do these not address those? None of these products seem to address motivation, and so that's what we really want to do. And Jay is going to talk about that.
So yeah, I'm just going to talk about the design objectives. These are just a short list of them. There's a lot that we want to address, but these are the main ones. So the first part, as Devin mentioned earlier, is the motivational factor. This has got to make you want to exercise. The next part is also the accountability factor. If you want to exercise and you miss days or things like that, this has to make you realize that, hey, you're not exercising, you need to get up and start doing it. The third part we want is to add data acquisition so you know and you can keep track of basically how much you're exercising. If you're lifting weights, how much you're lifting weights, doing sit-ups, how many. And the final thing is we want it to be aesthetically pleasing. If it doesn't look good, we realize people just won't want to use it. So the main overall goal, though, at the end of the day, we want to get people to increase their fitness levels. Whether it be, okay, I never used to run, and now I run once a week. We just want to get a change in a positive direction.
So taking those main design objectives, we kind of did some brainstorming and came up with some 4 main concepts. So there on the left, one of our concepts is, we call it the Bodyweight 9000. It's kind of a sharper image style device. It's all inclusive. You would go up and select the weights, the hand weights. There's a sensor in there that would keep track of how many reps you've done. So you could go in and see you did 20 sets yesterday, 20 reps yesterday, you need to do 20 today, that kind of thing, and you can keep track with a friend. Another option, we call it a music TV power station, or if you were watching Hulu on your computer or a DVD or something like that, or music, you would power that device while you were working out. And so if you stopped working out, then the device would go off, it would dim and there would be no sound. Another option would be to develop an iPhone app. And there are some fitness iPhone apps that help you keep track of your calories and stuff. And we were thinking that we could kind of develop one geared more towards our age group. Or a wrist strap that would you would wear it all the time, and it would keep track of how active you've been. It would remind you if you haven't been active. You could dial in certain activities, that sort of thing. So we took these concepts and put them in kind of a modified Q matrix. And so we weighted our design criteria. Like I said, so top rated criteria is enjoyment and motivation, because we figure that's really where you're going to get people to exercise. So when we did this, we realized that the iPhone app came up really high, and part of that is because it has 0 production cost. And we kind of decided to nix it, even though it got rated high, because it kind of limits our market. Not everybody owns an iPhone, and there's already a lot of iPhone apps, and there's really not a lot that we have to put in throughout the semester. So we started looking at the second rated option, which is the wrist strap. So that's what we're going to be pursuing throughout the semester. So once we started thinking about fitness wrist straps, we researched what was already out there. So there's a wide range of things. So here on the right, just a regular heart rate monitor runs about $25, $30, and all it does is keep track of your heart rate. The Garmin Forerunner is $400. It does GPS, it will communicate with forerunners in the area, it can track your heart rate, all sorts of stuff. And then kind of in between is the Nike Sport Band that only really works with running because you put a chip in your shoe and it'll kind of keep track of your mileage and stuff like that. So we decided that this kind of keeps track of what we're doing, but it still doesn't do the motivational factor. So that's kind of where we're heading with our product.
So some of you may have already noticed, but I'm actually wearing our alpha prototype right now. You notice that it has a couple of displays here, and it's actually letting me know, because it's red around the outside, that I haven't been very active right now. And as I'm more physically active, that's slowly going to turn blue over the course of the day. But also, let's say I'm up for doing some kind of rigorous activity, and I want this to maybe guide me through an exercise. Right now it's saying that I should do sit-ups and I've done 0 out of 20, so I can just drop right down and start doing sit-ups if this were my living room. And as I'm moving my arm, it's tracking the motion and counting the reps for me. And so one thing that we wanted to target is this idea that this is going to go with you everywhere, and if you have a spot of grass or something, you can do jumping jacks. You don't need to go to the gym to get all the fitness that you need. You can walk, you can jog, and this is something that you're going to take with you throughout the day. And moving forward, we're thinking that we definitely want to make this as sleek as possible, and I'll let Nancy talk a bit more about future.
Okay, so we know what our users want, and we also have our design criteria, as well as we know what competitors have that we want to steal, right? Basically, with that information, we're going to design the functionality of our model, right? So we would identify the variables, parameters, objectives and constraints for our product, and then we would also identify our own viewpoints, such as our price objective, as well as our own personal constraints, such as if we want a charger or our battery to charge or not. Then we would develop a model and basically solve our optimal problem, and then from there we go into our beta prototype, and the beta prototype would test the feasibility and check the quality of our product as well as the accuracy of the data output.
So finally, biggest challenge will be making the prototype. We want to make it small, we want to make it look good, and it needs to achieve the design objectives. We're planning on using different microcontrollers, things like that. There's a lot of factors that go into it. We want to actually make it work. So that's our biggest challenge right now, basically. And that's about it. So do you guys have any questions?
So I think your two main objectives were enjoyment and motivation. And so I think it does really good at motivation because you always have it with you and it changes colors. But do you have any ideas of how it could increase, or how it provides enjoyment for the person?
I think part of it is sometimes you're physically active and you don't realize you're physically active. Like housework, like vacuuming actually burns a lot of calories. Sometimes like you get to the end of the week and you think, oh, I haven't been at the gym at all, like I've been really lethargic. But maybe like you've been walking around campus or you've been more active than you thought. So you can kind of get enjoyment out of knowing that you've exercised without thinking about it.
So in that way, it'll be rewarding. It'll show you, it'll change colors and show that you've been active that day.
And also it kind of gives you flexibility. You can use it with a number of exercises, so it doesn't restrict you, but it can also keep track of that. So it leaves you on.
Does it tell time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big, we decided if we wanted to wear it all the time, it still had the same functionality as a watch.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys covered this, but is there like a target group that you're considering, or it's just for like all age
I mean,
ranges?
basically anyone who wants to work out more in like 18 to 27-year-old range. We want it to be appropriate in like business and professional settings.
Yeah.
So it's not going to look like a piece of rubber.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, like if you would like make it look more toy-like for like younger people, more like business-like.
Yeah,
like,
that's a good idea.
it's a good idea.
I don't know.
You have tentative pricing for this one?